it's Doug. Welcome to Backcountry Pilgrim, a channel all about hiking, camping, backpacking the Camino, and the gear that goes with it. Did he say Camino? Why, yes I did. Let me explain. If you've been with this channel from the beginning, you know that it used to be called Camino 2020, written out in cool Roman numerals. Or if you have scrolled through the playlist down there below the video, you might have seen a Camino preparation playlist that was dedicated to my plans to walk the Camino de Santiago pilgrimage route in 2020. Like a lot of things in 2020, my Camino plans were canceled due to the pandemic, and around that time the channel had already shifted to more of a focus on hiking, camping, and backpacking, and the gear that goes with it. And that's what I did for the remainder of 2020. I pretty much spent all the money I had saved up for the Camino on gear and backpacking trips, and for the last year or so, that's what I've been doing. Now, several people have asked me if I had any plans to do the Camino in the future, and my typical response has been, not really. You see, walking the Camino is not just about walking for a long time, day after day, in a pretty place. I live in Northern California, and if I want to do that, I can do it here. There were basically two aspects of the Camino that really drew me to it. One of them was the spiritual aspects of going on a pilgrimage, and the other was the communal nature of walking the Camino. Now, whereas the spiritual aspects didn't necessarily change that much, the communal aspects certainly did. Under pandemic restrictions, gone were the dorm room-like accommodations, the communal kitchens, and the big dining halls full of pilgrims. From what I had heard from pilgrims and read online, it looked like the Camino was basically turning into a walk between hotel rooms, and that was just not what I was interested in doing. So I basically wrote my Camino plans off, and I just decided, well, maybe someday things will change and I'll have another look at it again then. Well, that time has come. According to one of my favorite Camino commentators, the pandemic has kind of settled down. Spain has become mostly vaccinated, and so pandemic restrictions are at an all-time low since it began. In fact, just a couple of weeks ago, he made what he said might be his very last COVID update video on his Camino channel. So that was good news, but it wasn't really enough to launch me into Camino planning again. What changed for me was that I discovered that my church is going to be going to Europe on a major pilgrimage in 2023, and it just so happens that the Camino is in Europe. So I called up my Camino my cousin who I had made the original plans with back in the 2019-2020 era, and I said, hey, what would you think about 2023? And she said, yeah. Now, that is a pretty long ways off, and I don't have a whole lot of details right now, so don't worry, I'm not turning this back into a Camino channel. I just wanted to give this update and let you know that there may be a couple Camino planning videos sprinkled in here or there over the next couple of years. What I can tell you right now is that we are looking at the Camino Portuguese route. This is a route that stays pretty close to the coast of Portugal up to Santiago, Spain. We chose this because of its location, the beautiful routes that you can take, because of the cost, which is going to be quite a bit less, and especially for me since I will be out there already anyway, and because it is one of the lesser populated routes, so we're hoping not to have too much congestion problem in the albergues and the restaurants and that sort of thing as we head up on our Camino. So that's the news. If you are interested in Camino stuff from a hiker's perspective, have a look at the playlists below. One of them will say Camino preparation or plans or something like that. I've changed it several times, but that is where I'm going to be dropping these videos when they come up. Of course, planning for a new trip also means planning new gear, so I am excited about some of the things I have seen out there. I've got a very exciting package coming in the mail in a couple of days. It may mean a new backpack, and you will get to see that very soon. All right, that's the announcement. I hope you liked the video. If you did, you can indicate that by giving it a thumbs up. And if you are interested in catching future videos, make sure you're a subscriber and that you have that bell clicked so that YouTube will notify you when new videos drop. Until next time, I'm Doug. This is Backcountry Pilgrim. Buen Camino.